She wants nothing to do with having babies, so she just eats every guy that comes her way. But the male snakes just keep showing up anyway. We're the only two spirit snakes in this whole area. If you won't mate with me, who are you gonna mate with? Bro, the audacity of this old washed-up dude. But hey, that's chunky. Gotta taste pretty good. Chomp. She swallowed that 5-step viper whole. No way. That viper was so nutritious it triggered her full transformation on the spot. She can walk upright like a human now. Absolutely wild. God only knows how many times she tied herself in knots when she first became a snake. She rushed over to the stream. Ha! A gorgeous face staring back. Finally, not creepy anymore. Before she could even take it all in, a voice cut through out of nowhere. There she is, and grab her. And just like that, she got dragged into a cave by two guys. Inside was this whole elaborate setup, buildings everywhere, and a massive palace right in the center. The group bowed respectfully toward whoever was inside the palace. My king, I've scouted the surrounding 1,000 miles. She's the only shape-shifting snake demon out there. The man up on the high platform squinted down at her. A king cobra, no less. She's worthy of me. Her heart sank. No way. Don't tell me he wants to mate too. Sure enough, the Snake King shifted into his true form. He started circling her all show-offy. Turns out he's a cobra. An albino one at that with this soft pinkish tint. Completely at odds with how arrogant he was acting. If my cultivation wasn't lower than yours, I'd be snacking on little twigs like you all day. She can't beat him, but she's not about to look weak either. She spun in place and revealed her true form, a king cobra. Jet black glossy scales fanned out. She had him beat on presence alone. Let them see who the real king is around here. After her transformation, all the palace attendants, including the general, quietly left. Just her and the Snake King left in the hall. Come back, everyone's gone. Who am I even performing for? The Snake King slithered toward her, and somehow that pink little face read as, you know what's good for you. He pinned down part of her back and started nosing his tail around hers. She got it now. These animals literally only think about one thing. She snapped at him, missed. She shifted back to human form, pointing at him, sputtering with rage and embarrassment. The Snake King flicked his sleeve. You dare refuse me? What do you think I brought you here for? You want to sleep with me? Did you ask for my consent? I am your king, I don't need your consent. So gross, absolutely speechless. Y'all don't even have brain cells and just mating on the mind 24/7? Reproduction is in our nature. We spirit snakes do it to protect our kind. Our clan has been dying out for nearly 1,000 years. Less than 1 in 10 can even shapeshift. If another clan attacks, what do we have to fight back with? Still, snake rights are a thing. I'm not a tool. My word is law, you will obey. She was speechless. You just can't reason with a dictatorship. She was trying to figure out how to actually get out of this. That's when a few of the older brothers walked in. Keeping her all to yourself? Not cool. A shape-shifting female only comes around once a century. Share the wealth, bro. I am the ruler of this clan. You think you have any right to eye what's mine? In a flash, the Snake King shifted back into his true form, ready to throw down. The others followed suit. This was about to get real primal. She was about to sneak out when she glanced back. Whoa! The brothers were all totally different species. She got real curious about what their dad must be. Then a commanding voice rang out. Stand down! Every snake froze, shifted back to human form, and bowed respectfully. Father? She was sizing up their dad, wondering what species he was. He seemed to read her mind and looked down, trying not to laugh. Miss, my sons were out of line. If they frightened you, I apologize on their behalf. His energy was incredibly calm and dangerously attractive. She shook her head, trying to snap herself out of it. She's not laying any eggs, no matter how charming he is. But of course, her mouth got ahead of her brain. How come your sons are all different species? The second it left her mouth, she regretted it, but too late. He let out a low laugh, totally unbothered. They're not my blood. I picked them up out in the wild years ago. Ah, that explains it. So what kind of snake are you? He dodged the question with a smirk. You've got quite the mouth on you, miss. She just couldn't help herself and fired off another question. So what's your name? All serpents are my subjects. You're welcome to call me father like the others. She rolled her eyes. Sorry, I don't just go around calling random guys dad. He came and went like a breeze. Just said settle her in, treat her with respect, and vanished into thin air. The moment their foster dad left, the brothers were back to staring her down. She made her move, claimed them all as brothers, right then and there. So dear brothers, can I leave now? Guiqing smirked. Afraid not, sis, it's mating season. You're much safer here in the Snake Palace. He pointed down a hall. Someone take our little sister to her room. Once in the room, she noticed the servant was a girl and asked her, Are you a snake too? My true form is a mountain rabbit, miss. Wild. A rabbit working in a snake den. That takes serious guts. Are there any other female snakes here? No, miss. For nearly 1,000 years, the land's been so hot that almost all hatchlings come out male. Female snakes who can take human form are incredibly rare. In the past 100 years, you're the only one they've found. Yeah, this situation is not great. So who exactly is the Snake King's foster father? I wouldn't dare say, miss. Come on, just between us and what heaven knows, earth knows, you know, I know. And what's his name? Don't worry, he'll never find out. The rabbit looked uneasy. No one in the Snake Palace knows the Lord's origins, only that his name is Zhui Ling. He was once the Snake King himself, but eventually went into seclusion to cultivate. He passed the throne to young Lord Bei Yu to handle clan affairs. After that, she settled into the Snake Palace and trained hard every single day, terrified that if she stayed weak, she'd get dragged off to lay eggs. One day during her usual meditation, she heard voices drifting in from outside. Did you hear? That 10,000-year mountain ginseng just reached full maturity. All the masters are heading out to claim it. Whoever gets it will hit near immortal cultivation at the very least. A 10,000-year ginseng? That sounds incredible. If she got her hands on it, would anyone even be able to push her around anymore? She tracked down the rabbit, sneakily got the root out of her, and slipped out under the cover of night. What she didn't notice, a green figure lurking in the shadows right behind her. A slow smirk crept across his face. Following the rabbit's directions, she found the ginseng. But something was off. It was way too quiet around there. Whatever. Eat first, ask questions later. Chomp right down the hatch, and yeah, it tasted amazing. A massive wave of spiritual energy flooded through her body. But unlike last time, this one made her feel hot. She turned to make her escape, and a green figure appeared out of nowhere, blocking her path. How was the ginseng, sis? Something felt very off. Not bad. Whether it was nerves or the ginseng, the air kept getting hotter and hotter around her. And suddenly, she kinda wanted to mate. Kui-Ching crossed his arms and watched her with a satisfied look. Stop fighting it, sis. For snake demons, 10,000-year ginseng is basically an aphrodisiac. This creep had set her up the whole time. He engineered this entire thing to get her to eat it. You started it. Don't blame me for what comes next. She decided to play along with Kui-Ching and kill him the moment his guard dropped. Easier said than done. Her body was burning up, and it was getting seriously hard to think straight. She almost lost it more than once. Finally, the moment came, right as Kui-Ching was about to get what he wanted. She lunged and sank her fangs into his most vulnerable spot, pumping every drop of venom she had. Kui-Ching panicked and slammed her with his tail at full force. She crashed into a boulder. The pain felt like every vein in her body snapped at once. She coughed up a mouthful of blood. She kept her eyes locked on him, watched him thrash for just a moment before going still, collapsing to the ground without a sound. But that weird heat still radiating off the creep was masking most of the pain. She shifted into her true form, grew her body large, and swallowed Kui-Ching whole. She hadn't eaten this well in a long time. At their level of cultivation, spirit snakes absorb whatever they eat the moment it goes down. But today's progress was way too much, way too fast. She could feel a breakthrough coming. The dark, stormy night was almost peaceful, and then a bolt of lightning tore across the sky. Her tribulation lightning had arrived. She looked around, nowhere to run. And her injuries meant she couldn't go far anyway. With a deafening boom, the lightning struck her battered body directly. Charred on the outside, cooked on the inside, she hit the ground stiff as a board. Dead. Tribulation failed. She's gone. Lowell. Just as her soul was floating up and she could feel the underworld calling her toward reincarnation. A massive force yanked her soul back into her body. She forced her eyes open. It was Joy Ling.